Hello there and welcome to the Game Art blog. For today's session, we are discovering the new modifiers to retopologize our Boolean meshes inside of 3ds Max. We do these sessions every week, starting from today. So if you want to join us in the future ones, make sure to join our Discord server that I'll link down in the description. Thank you. Okay. What's that, sorry?
I'm just doing the thing I was talking about mesh from ZBrush, and it says I have 300,000 degenerate faces in the mesh.
Ooh. Nice. Okay, I guess we'll get started anyway. So I mean, pretty much what I've discovered in this like in this exploration I did, like I spent like 2 hours this morning on it, is that first of all, it's quite slow yet, and the more complexity you add to the geometry, obviously the more expensive it gets. But so the way I always do Booleans, just as a pretext, I guess, is if there's a cylinder, like let's do the same object as before. Hey Bjorn, it's good to have you here, man. It's been a long time. Yeah. But what I do usually is I have super detailed cylinders, like 64, maybe even 128 sometimes. And let's cap it. I'm guessing that cylinder is fine in any case. And let's just do the same object. So so let's say those are the bullets maybe. I'm gonna transform tool and center, and then just create those cutter objects and give them a different material. Okay, and then right. So we're cutting the bullets, so I'm gonna leave it there. Just say okay, whatever. And let's pick for rotation, pick the object from which we want to rotate and get the pivot there.
There's actually a faster way to do this now with the new symmetry modifier.
But does it allow for like a specific rotation?
I think you kind of have to eyeball the... Well, let me check on my end.
If I do that, that's it, that's done. The only thing is, let's see, let's try with that actually. So I'm guessing that's X and Y.
You have to go, no, what you see the drop down that says planner right under symmetry.
Radial. All right.
And then you have to go into the sub-object of the symmetry modifier. Yep, and then you rotate that and you move it around.
Yeah, I'm guessing, one sec. That then will need the pivot perfectly centered, like here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, let's try now. Radial. Ooh.
Maybe turn off slice along mirror.
Right.
Yeah.
And then 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. That's pretty nice. Radial symmetry. Awesome. Keeps it all modifier friendly, non-destructive. I love that. Pretty nice. Then nice. Okay. So yeah, then I don't have to even create instances because they're all gonna be that. Okay, and then yeah, I'm just gonna duplicate this as a copy and probably right. I'll add an edit poly there. Oh, there you go. But before the symmetry, just so that I can move this. Yeah, now I really have to eyeball it actually, or not? No, because I can do 30. Wow, that's weird. No, I can't do this. Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to wrap my head around this new thing. So I can do that and then rotate it and this will actually give me that. Yeah, nice. And then, okay, because I have the edit poly here, I can already start modeling like whatever shapes I want. Let's see. Okay. I'm quite rusty actually with modeling. Hey Cecine, how are you, man? Right. Okay, I've got to actually cut this, convert this to edit poly, and reset xform for my chamfer to work. But that's fine. Right, is this not working anymore? Now it got fucked. Why? Why, dude? I literally copy pasted, but that's fine. I'll just move this to center, and it seems to be fixed. But yeah, I guess that's because of the reset xform. But yeah, that's so that I can just chamfer like this in a better way. Why is it? Yeah, now I see why. Sorry guys, super rusty with my modeling. I know this.
All good. No worries. just chilling.
Why the fuck is that doing that? Staying there like there were some triangles. I guess I need to do that. But yeah. But you can see I've been doing some other stuff for a while now.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah, I'll do something like this. I'll get busy again with modeling sometime soon, I guess. But yeah, let's get that, and then we can start with our pro Booleans. And the way I do it is on instances and start picking. And that one. And that's pretty much it, right? Yeah. Right. So when we get these errors here, you see that it didn't really cut it that well. Right. You just do no edge removal. First time it doesn't solve this. Wow. Right, okay. Remove only invisible seems to work in this particular case. Really weird. Let's apply another material to this. And yeah, it's not the most good looking object, but actually this is instances, so I can just I guess I can just edit them. So I can add an edit poly here and move these in, and they're gonna cut. Yeah, nice. So that's a pretty nice way. I mean, in case you're not familiar with instancing, I'm not sure if Blender allows it, but this is a pretty cool way to do it. Like instance your Booleans, and you can actually, so if I move this, you can even move them out and see what you're doing real time. Like for example here, if I want this radius to be smaller, like I can do that, and that's pretty nice, and that's it. And then actually I'm gonna create, let's extract the because could I do it with later on with regular modeling? I think I'm gonna just do it with Boolean. So I'm gonna extract the base object, the base cylinder, as an instance. Okay, and then I'm just gonna convert it to edit poly so that it's not an instance anymore. And I'm going to try to cut. So if I grab these objects, well, I hope they didn't change the selection again, because that killed me when they did it last time. It was pretty terrible. But I'm just gonna cut a little chamfer, and I'm gonna control that chamfer with this here. Let's see what that would do. Well, whatever. I mean, we can pick this as an instance and move it out, and actually move this up or down to make the chamfer bigger. And we could do the same thing for Control V, I guess, to copy. And then we could do the same. Whoops, Sorry. Yeah, you can see it's been a while. But yeah, you could do this, and just you see there, it's cutting. So let's pick as an instance and move it out. And again, we can just control this object if we want to, you know, I don't know if you can see it there, but if I want to make the chamfer a little bit more 45 degrees, I could, or whatever I want. And it doesn't even need to be properly smoothed. Let me make this smaller. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna really force the technology here. That probably looks really bad, but we could whatever, we could fix it a bit. Not that much, maybe that, and then yeah, I'm guessing that's fine. And then it's important that we save because we're working with Booleans. So we don't want to break this stuff. Okay, and the way I work, just a small tip before we continue. So I'll create a layer, and this is gonna be my Boolean cutters, right? And I'll duplicate this object, which is the one I'm gonna continue working on, and not as an instance, just as an object. And I'll hide everything else. And this way, I can just, you know, if I want to go back, I can go back like without any issues at all. And yeah, I'm recording. Good. So yeah, let's start. Disclaimer, this is gonna get laggy. This requires a lot of CPU, I think. So my encoding for Discord is not going to like this. But the first thing I would do is I would do mesh cleaner, detect problems, no problems. I think turning to poly. Is this gonna break something? No. Might not be necessary in this case. This is something I do when Booleaning, but in this case might not be necessary. But in any case, we have to apply the subdivide and switch these to variable curvature. And let's see how much that takes. Can you confirm that you can hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so my PC is not dying so much. But if for example, this took a long time, and you know, we're not comfortable with waiting 10 minutes between each operation. I mean, I'm exaggerating. 10 minutes might not take that much, like as you can see. That remeshed it pretty well. We could go back into the Boolean objects and say, okay, like this is so dense. Like I don't want it to be so dense, and I can just remove one each, and the operations are gonna be much faster. But we're gonna try force the tech here. So, but I mean, first steps looks all right. I can see some, you know, banding. I guess that would be the name for this. It's not very clean. Let's try retopology. And in the moment I press compute, can you please confirm that you can still hear me? So yes. I'm gonna do 5,000, and let's compute. Okay, so we okay?
Yes,
Yep.
we're okay.
Okay. Yep. Now it's a matter of waiting. I'm not sure what Blender is like and all that. I mean,
Blender
might be
faster.
Yeah, I'm sure about that. Oh, someone died.
I can try to show a quick demo after you're done. If you don't
Yeah,
mind with
no, that would be amazing. Yeah, no, it's thinking. But how, like, yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, if it's faster, it's faster. Is it the geo it gives you? Is it like, because the thing with this retopology modifier is we could clean it up super easily and use it as a low poly. Would that be the case for the Blender?
Well, with Blender, with the workflow in there, just imagine you're doing what Eugene Petrov did in his tutorial, but you're doing it all in one package.
Yeah. Okay.
So the way I would do it is I'd block out everything with Booleans, save that in a new collection, copy it, and then do the high poly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then go back and do it.
I mean, this, if I remove all these like horizontal loops, is pretty much a low poly already. Like,
It's pretty clean.
it is amazing. And we could just apply turbo smooth to this. A couple of iterations and actually might be a bit too smooth. So let's... So if I want to fix that, I just want to... How much did I do? 10,000 or 5,000 before?
You did 5,000.
Yeah, maybe try with 10,000 here. And that shouldn't be more expensive time-wise. Should take around the same. But yeah, when I'm done with this, dude, it would be amazing to see what Blender can do, because I have no idea how that works.
I'm gonna set up like the same sort of revolver chamber right now, and then I'll show you.
Nice. So 60%. Mm-hmm.
CPU usage or what?
Was that, sorry?
If it was your CPU usage, or what was it?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
What this? You mean this?
Yeah, the
this workflow? Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing yes. It has to be something like this, like CPU, GPU. But yeah, that's pretty clean and flawless, actually. Like, you can see some of that black stuff, but I think that's just Max having a really bad time rendering stuff. Nah, dude, this is amazing. And the good thing about this, like I said, if at some point I wanted to make the low poly of this, I would just make a copy of this, remove the turbo smooth, probably have the topology and at 5,000 or 2,500, and start removing here and here. Like, there was a way to do this. Like, what was the way to select? Like, I don't know. Oh, there it was. That was the one, but nah, it just doesn't work. I guess. Whoa. Backface occluded. What is this? That's new. Whoa. Yeah, you would want to get rid of this one and probably, let's see, like all of these you wouldn't want to remove, but then if you loop there and get rid of that, and actually I don't know why I'm working on, yeah, this what sucks about this is the symmetry thing. But I guess if you wanted to, you could just do this and then, whoa, shit. No, it's the slice, sorry. It's this new slice modifier. So you could do that and then split, remove positive or negative, and you would end up with this. Okay. Yeah, I'm just exploring this as I go. Like, this is probably the first time. Well, not probably, this is the first time I do it. So excuse my lagginess. But I'll probably remove those. And this. Yeah. And then do a bit of cleanup here. Wow. Yeah, no, that's a bit more. It's a bit more work to it than that. Right. No. Okay. Yeah, what am I even doing? Okay, so let's pick these and these, and maybe do something like that. I don't know. I'm not even thinking properly about this at this point. Oh, that's embarrassing. But yeah, I mean, with a little bit of work and reducing the number of the topology, you would probably be able to get a low poly super easily. Let's actually try that. Let's make. So what if I do 500?
Yeah, even still, I think that's a good base for low poly.
Yeah. Yes, I was just trying to make it as quick as possible. I was hitting a wall there. Yeah, nothing's that automatic. But yeah. Let's see. It's going again. Come on, you can do it. Is that gonna do 500 triangles? No, 500 squares?
I think it's
Nah.
trying.
No.
There you go, low poly.
LOD 5000.
Yes, sir. No, but what about 1500? Last test. After this, we move on to what Blender can do. Actually, I'm super stupid. You wouldn't even want to do it this way. No. You wouldn't even want to do it this way. This wouldn't be... Can I get my good high poly back? There you go. Okay. You wouldn't... Oh my god. Yeah, that stayed like that. Well, I mean, you've all seen the good high poly, but for the low poly, what you would want to do is actually optimize your Boolean cutters. So if I dot ring loop just to make sure, and then again loop to make sure, and then probably another time. Would you want to do it another time? No, I think that's low poly enough. And then for these, same story. I can even, because I left it as a cylinder, I could even just say, hey, make it 18. Nice. And then I want to extract this one as an instance. And this should be the same. So if I could even start reducing here, make it maybe 32. Yeah, exactly. And just grab this again, you know, do the exact same thing about duplicating it, making it into the layer and all that. I'm not going to do this because I want to move on to Blender already. But if we convert this to editable poly, and oh, that should have been right. Let's see. Well, that's not terrible. It's not perfect, but it's not terrible. Let's grab these. Shit. Okay. No, yeah, you want to actually do this on the Boolean, make sure they line up in here. Yeah, let's see. So, okay, that's 32. And then here, right, that's a lot of geometry as well. Let's make it 18. And these, like, looking from the top, you would want to rotate in set. So let's do that. At least let's rotate in set. sort of like that. And then I'm not like terribly worried about that one. I could probably, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, there you go. That's your low poly, at least a better version. You want to get rid of that. That again, you could do this with the newer what's the name? The newer symmetry modifier. Let's actually try to clean this. No errors for really like. It's a fucking mess. But yeah, I mean, just a little bit of cleanup maybe here, or do I have rapid tools? Yeah, I do. We could clean up. It's missing. Well, I think there's like a mid-edge vertices. I think it would fix some of our issues here. But yeah, I mean, a little bit of, yeah, you would want to get these here instead of just maybe get rid of these. But that's a very low poly. Very, very low poly. I don't think you want it this low for a weapon. And then what? Turn to poly, maybe? Not turbo smooth. And with this I'll finish, by the way. I'll finish with max, and then we can move on to the blender stuff. But yeah, I mean, seeing this, like if I wanted to really make it clean, I hate when they, there you go. I would just clean this up a little bit like this, but this is like super basic stuff. Then
Yeah, for something really rough, you could just triangulate this and be done with it too.
was that?
If you wanted to do something very rough, you could even just get away with a simple like triangulate modifier.
Yeah, that turn to poly thing would work. But yeah, I mean, it's like super easy cleanup. No, I gotta get greasy again with this stuff. I'm super rusty. It doesn't feel good to be so rusty, because it like I used to model fast, believe it or not. But yeah, you would do this and then turn to poly, and probably that would clean it up for you. That's what you really don't want. But yeah, just
So
alter your
artifacts
booleans.
like that,
What's that?
when you have artifacts like that, because it's transitioning from one curved surface into another, how would you fix that?
So in this particular case, I would make sure this lines up perfectly with this line. Like, okay, which one's the original? This one? Okay. I would make sure it lines up perfectly fine. Like, probably like that. And then that would give me a much easier time cleaning this up. But in reality, most of these issues are gonna be hidden in the high poly, sorry, in the bake, with the bake. But you could also like go about it like this, and then once you have like maybe every 2 or 3, you could collapse and then do the same thing. Whoa. Cut. There you go. Do the same thing and then go and another one, and that may, you know, like just do that. And then for these ones, as I said, try to do that. If you want that sort of detail, this doesn't make any sense. It's not going to be visible at all. I would try to get rid of as much of that silly curvature as possible, sorry. And yeah, I would just go little by little, vertex by vertex, making sure everything is nice and clean. and then maybe turn to poly does the rest of the job. It's not very, how do you say? Not very automatic. It's quite tedious. Hello. But yeah, that would be, I mean, even if it's got that, you know, like, I would have to bake it to know. But maybe this detail here has so much detail. I wouldn't even have all this geometry in the first place, because it doesn't really make sense to have it. But this is the thing with Booleans, you know, like, if you don't clean them up properly, they'll kill your model super fast. Hold on. But yeah, pretty much like that weird, you know, shading here. I'm 99% sure that would be fixed with the baking. Is it recommended to clean Booleans before remeshing? Probably yes. Well, hold on. Before remeshing, how? With 3ds Max remesher, or remeshing in general? Like, I don't know. I guess it depends on the case, on what tool you're using. Because if you want to take this to ZBrush and remesh in ZBrush, you might end up with some errors. So you might want some minor cleanup. Maybe that turn to poly, even turn to poly, would give you, would ensure you have the results you want. But for 3ds Max remesher, yeah, for ZBrush, definitely clean it a bit. But for this, I don't know, we can try. So I'll subdivide variable curvature. Hopefully, no, it makes it super high poly. That's something that bothers me a little bit, actually. But I'm guessing we have to play with this. Let's try with adaptive. Let's try adaptive and retopology. Let's see what that does. Let's compute. Probably gonna be faster. Yeah. I mean, it did keep the details.
Right, but now you have faceted edges.
Yeah, true. Yeah, now you have weird issues. Yeah. Yeah, maybe reduce these to 1,500. Less 1,000. Yeah, maybe
try adding another retopology on top of the one you have, just to fix the flow up a little bit.
To what?
So add one more retopology on top, and then compute one more time with like a higher pair. So initially, the first retopology you want to do a higher count, and then like half that in the second one. So for the first one, do like 3,000, and then the second one do 1,500, and that should fix some of the problems.
Well, that for the low poly, you say?
No, for the I'm still talking about the high poly.
Oh, for the high, yeah. But the high worked really well before with the subdivide thing. You can see. No, I mean, it did work well as it was. Like that was that.
Yeah.
10,000. It did work really well. Like what would be the like the purpose for that?
So basically, even like on the first retopology, like it'll look nice with subdiv, but the edge flow, there will be places where it'll still kind of drift off to some random side, right? Like vertical, for example. So on the second pass, it helps eliminate that mostly.
Okay. Yeah, let's give it a shot now. Let's see how that works. But yeah, I mean, for a first contact with the tool, I'm pretty happy. I just have to, you know, see what this is all about. All these settings and stuff. Right. Okay, so you say add another red topology to this
Yep, but with a lower face count.
with a lower face count. 5,000, for example, or even less?
Maybe like 7,500. Maybe a little bit more.
Let's see. And that is going to be way faster.
And now your flow is a little bit better.
Yeah, but it... Look. It softens things too much.
Yeah, I suppose.
It is a really good flow, though. Like, that is... Well, at least in
Well,
this...
there
at
are
least in
some
this year, but... Yeah. No, interesting. Maybe... Because I remember on Max 2021, the red topology had like a smoothness factor. Like some of these might do something like that, but I don't want to get into that at the minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm just quite happy that with this result in any case, because I think
It's really quick.
It's really quick. It's really cool. It's really clean. And then for the low poly, we could start from here, you know, and then, whoa.
Wouldn't it just make sense to simplify the Booleans and then just do the Booleans and then clean that up?
Yeah, like I did that before, but it was quite tedious. That's all. I'm just trying to find the most automatic way possible for this session. But I'm guessing this is not very automatic in any case.
You lost the chamfer on the right side. Oh no, never mind.
Oh. No, yeah, no, it was selected before, but yeah, let's try not to kill it. Right. Wow, that's, yeah. Now you've got to be very careful with what you do. Okay. But yeah, I mean, just cleaning this up isn't a big job. What the hell happened? Something froze. I'm just gonna kill 3ds Max and let's move to Blender. I think this was a pretty good exploration.
So I'll start streaming them, but
yep.
I do want to say maybe we shouldn't put this part because, you know, with the ChamferZone tutorial using the same method and everything, it might be in bad taste.
Okay, yeah, we can. I mean, yeah, if I mean, you're the owner of this part, so yeah.
Yeah, I think we should just keep it for stream on.
Okay, so on the YouTube, I'll just link a video in the description referring to the tutorial that ChamferZone is working on with the techniques that Elite Donuts here is gonna show us. Okay.
So